digital money. I think, yeah. So there is a dollar sign on YouTube there. They call it super thanks. So you can support us through that means as well. So with all of that in mind, as we go through this, this platform is the safest place where we learn, share, continue to keep our learning alive here, and no one is judging you. No one. So don't be worried about asking a question and then you're looking stupid. No, please. We all are here to learn. I am here to learn through sharing my story. So use that comment section to drop your questions, your thoughts, your opinions, so that we are reflecting the purpose of this platform, learning and sharing. Okay, so, well, before I get started into some of the challenges that I have faced, I first of all want to state that pursuing this path as work for me, for those who have been following me for a while now, you must have heard me differentiate between work and a job so many different times. So I see being a career coach, an agile career coach, as work, not just a job. So for those who have been working with me for a while, this work to me is not just about agility. It's not just about helping people landing some job. To me, it is deeper than that. To me, this is my life. Not because of the business aspect of it, but because agility has transformed my being from my personal perspective to my professional life, to my family life, to the way I approach different situations, different challenges. It has transformed me. And I'm forever grateful that I decided to make this decision to pursue this as a career for me, helping people achieve dreams that they've never thought they could ever achieve. That is so fulfilling, really. So I'm very grateful for that. And one of the most achievement that I like most of the time when I sit, I'm hardly ever sad, really, because just sometimes I may be going through some serious challenge, and then a team member will just text me and say, Karen, I just landed a job. Karen, I just landed my second offer. Karen, today is my own day, and my income has changed from $15 all the way to $70 per hour. That's everything to me. That's everything to me, just being able to transform people's life. There was a time when one of my previous mentees even reached out and said, Karen, it's been a while. I haven't talked to you because we worked like 3 years ago. Karen, I just want to reach out to you just to appreciate you again and to say that you have, I mean, I just adore you. I really am thankful for you because you changed my life. You changed the life of my family. And just so you know, I don't ever like to take the glory because I believe that I'm not sure what you all believe in. I'm unapologetically a Jesus girl. So I believe that Jesus is using me to help people through the gift he has placed in my hands. You see, so I usually like to give him the glory and say, oh, he has given me the wisdom and knowledge and show me how to use it to guide people. So to me, that is everything. All the time when people reach out to me just to appreciate and tell me how much I have changed their life, which to me, I believe God is using me to change their life. It's everything to me. So there could be no other better career path that I would have chosen outside of what I'm doing. So I just want to state that, and I'm so thankful. So while all of that is going on and sweet and glory and shiny, underneath, it's not as rosy as most people would think. It's really not as rosy. It tends to be extremely challenging from day to day. And these challenges are some of the things that I would like us to touch right now. So, the very first challenge that I have encountered as a career agile coach is the illusion of perfection. When I just started this journey, and I would have students in class, they would ask questions, And especially in the mentoring program, people, I mean, the way I look at it, their life, their future is in my hands. This job is all they don't have, according to them, they have no other choice. This is it for them. This is it. So I'm looking at these people, their future is in my hands. And I am looking to give them the best result. I'm looking to give them the perfect solution so that they are achieving this goal. And then I was so drowned in this illusion of perfection, being a perfect coach. And sometimes they would ask me questions, and then I don't have all the answers. Sometimes, most of the times, I don't have all the answers. And then sometimes, like when I just started this thing, it used to be really embarrassing that someone will ask you a question during a session and you don't have the answer. Maybe you've never heard about it before, but this person got this question and then they are hoping to get this answer from you. So I used to be so drained in, battling between this illusion of perfection to a point where I would get so burnt out, I'll get so emotional. There was even a time when even though in my mind I know nobody knows everything, but how do I get vulnerable and voice it out in the midst of these people here, especially when I just started, that I'm just a person, I cannot know everything. So how are they going to look at me? So I used to really struggle with that. And then there was even a time when, as a mentee, like years back, that was the moment when I'm like, okay, Karen, this is not healthy, you need to stop. A mentee reached out to me and she asked me a question around it was around CICD, um um PDD, for those who are familiar with DevOps approach. So this question was around CICD. And so this person asked me this question. I didn't really have the details around, the DevOps thing. I didn't have the details. I only knew what I knew. So I said, okay, let's do research. I don't have these answers. I asked this person to double check on if they can get some information from other sources. Just because, some people, just because they've paid for this program, they think that you're supposed to do all of the work. They think that they're just supposed to cross their hands and just not do anything, and then you do all the work. This person wasn't willing to go do the research, but keep in mind, this is a person's goal. It's not even my goal. So this person wasn't ready to do the research. I said, okay. I went and I did the work. And one thing most people fail to understand is, if you are just handed information, you will never be smart. You will only be informed, but you will never be smart. The person who will go the extra mile to do the digging, do the research, refine the information, that person will be the one that will stay smart, not you. This person will bring this information and hand it over to you. And trust me, you may use that information 1, 2, 3 times and you forget about it. But this person, the reason why the person who did the research will remain smart is because the memories that comes with doing the groundwork never leaves you. And because of that, it stays with you. The learning or the lessons learned from that exercise stays with you forever. You see, so that is why it's very important that we try to stay away from just being informed and learn to walk the process and do things for ourselves. You see, so I went ahead, I did research, I gathered this information on that person's, tailored to that person's question. I sent the information to that person. This lady, after a while, still texted me and said, Karen, I want you to still go ahead and explain it to me. All right, that's when I said, okay, I think this is getting out of hand. I'm not sure if it was coming from a good place or it was coming from a place of challenge, because I've seen it all. Given that I have been fortunate to train over 7,000 people really throughout the years that I've been doing this, I've been able to train, mentor, coach altogether about 7,000 people. Sometimes you have students in class down to, they are really not there to learn. They are there to challenge you. I mean, I hope you understand what I mean. You could, because I've been doing this for a while, so I know when someone is genuinely asking a question to learn, or this person is looking to challenge you, not to learn. So when this lady did that, I'm like, okay, I think we have to That's it. We need to draw the line. And then that's when I seize the opportunity. Lucien, thank you so much. That's when I seize the opportunity to say that, okay, you all know here. So I decided to go vulnerable. This is how I was able to fix this situation. I'm just one person. Thank you all so much for people on the other social media platforms. Go ahead and support. It's very important. Like, share, comment, drop your questions, and I will make sure I reserve time to take questions at the end of the day. And look, if you're looking to get into this path, anybody can do this. What I'm doing, really, I'm not doing any magic. Anybody can do this. So this live today is really going to help you understand the other side of the world, because it's always greener on the other side. So I want to share with you the reality of the greener other side, so that you know what you are getting into, right? So I said, okay, Karen, this is just one person. I'm just one person. I cannot know it all. That's what I told the lady and the rest of the class. I cannot know it all. This information that I just researched and sent to you, I am just learning this for the first time as well. So this is the most I know, so we can figure it out together. That is the expectation. Let's figure it out together. So when I said that, I opened up and then I was vulnerable. That's when the lady backed up. So yeah, that's one of the challenge, just this illusion of being perfect. So after that day, I started guiding my mentees to understand that even as you go to this job, you will never know it all, and it's okay. Nobody knows it all. Even these CEOs, these executives, they don't know it all, and it's okay not to know it all. But the key is you should be ready to partner with this person to figure it out, to figure out the solution together. So I started guiding my team members to have that mindset, and to also guide their team members to understand that, okay, we are looking for progress here. We are not looking for perfection. So that was the message I started putting across, and things got better. And then let's move on. The second illusion that I faced in this process is the ability to balance empathy and professionalism. Look, especially where I come from, 90% of my clients are more of minorities. 90% of my clients, which I am so appreciative of. I usually have a serious problem when I hear people say, oh, minorities don't support each other, and especially citing Africans. Africans don't support each other. I have a problem with that statement, really. Just thinking about the fact that 90% of my clients are minorities and majority of the minorities are Africans. I have a problem when people say that, yeah, we are not there yet, but we are making progress. Since from the time we're colonized, something happened to our mindset and our culture. And as a result of that, it's been affecting our ability to support each other and appreciate our own. You see, we would rather go give the glory to someone else that is not even doing half of what we are doing. But when I started, I used to say that too, that we don't support each other, you see. But as I started developing myself and growing, as I decided to start appreciating what we have today. It's a process. Colonization is not easy. It's not easy. So it's not an easy thing that we went through as minorities. So it's a process. We are still learning. So where we are today, I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. And I'm hoping that we will get better. So as you join, I see more people connecting. Please make sure you're liking. Click that like button. It's free. And share. One time I said this, and a student, after the live show, a student reached out to me and she was laughing and said, Karen, I saw you on YouTube begging for likes. I didn't expect you to do that because you are grounded. I'm like, look, it doesn't matter. Everybody every day. And to me, it's a new thing every day. So I never become familiar with the support and think people, or start feeling entitled that people should be supporting me. No, I don't do that. Oh, okay, that was just a side thing. All right, back to the point. So yeah, so with all of that in mind, again, now that you're looking to really relate with your own, as a fellow minority, you're looking to relate with your own people. Sometimes they fail to understand what your role really is as a career coach, and then they start thinking you're a therapist. Even though coaching is a part of therapist, it's some form of therapy, but they start seeing you as a therapist. And then in the process of them being a part of the program, they think that you should be able to solve all of their emotional problems. And now you're looking to get empathetic with them. I'm a very emotional person. I can take this so personal to a point where it starts affect my ability to stay professional. And now, once it's affecting my ability to stay professional, people can take you for granted. Because I can get so emotional to the point where I carry their issues on my head as my own, and then at the end of the day, I am struggling to balance between being empathetic and staying professional. And once that line is crossed a little bit, they take advantage of you. And that is not good. It hardly ever ends well, you see, and then they start taking you for granted. So that is another challenge that I'm facing. I am still facing it, even though I have been able to understand that better over the years and I'm managing it better, but I'm still struggling with that. I'm still struggling with that. And then another challenge that I'm encountering is sometimes people fail to understand that just because you represent a brand, you represent a business, you are a professional, it doesn't mean that you cannot be joyful. I'm a naturally very playful person. I love to play like a kid. I love to be goofy. I love to be silly. That's my natural personality, really. So sometimes outside of professionalism, when people come across my other side, people want to know you, dig about you, and know things they shouldn't be knowing. So when they come across this other side, and then they start feeling like they're supposed to disrespect you because they would see how you're joking around too much, playing, being so silly. You're out of work. You've taken out your professional hat and put aside, and then now you're wearing your joyfulness. So they feel like you're supposed to only be joyful to a certain extent just because you are Coach Karen, just because you're a career coach. No, no, no. Mm-mm. So I used to be so worried about what people would think if they see me just being myself. I used to be so worried about that. And then I got to a point where I had to still draw the line. I'm like, okay, this is me. You have to accept my two personalities. You have to accept, and I like to also bring my personality into my profession. You see, so this is the whole me. So choose to accept me as a whole, as a full, not a part. Really. So that's another thing too that I wanted to mention, that if you're getting into this, you should be mindful of like if you go on my personal TikTok, if you go on my Facebook, and which is why I don't even use my real names because I've been judged too much because of the silly things I do. You see, so if you go on these personal pages, you would see that I am very, very playful. That's my natural personality. But sometimes people want me to tone down and not be myself because I'm Coach Karen. You see, so no, that should not be happening. And then another challenge that I faced, the struggle with uncooperative or on clients that are not coachable. See, sometimes what I've experienced is that sometimes clients will think that just because they've paid for these services, like I initially initiated earlier, they just have to cross their hands and their legs and then just wait for you to come and put the food in their mouth and spoon feed them and not do nothing. And sometimes I tend to I've had experience with some people like that, and I've also had experience with fantastic clients which I would never trade for anything. Again, I understand that's what comes with the job. Over the years I've understood that's what comes with the job. So when I have clients who think that they don't have to do anything just because they've paid for this service, they just want to take your life. They just want to take your life. So they will not do anything. And then over the years, I got to understand that, okay, it's because they don't even understand what mentorship is. And then when I get situations like that, I would direct them that, okay, do you understand? What's your understanding of mentorship? What's your understanding of coaching? You see, I'll ask them this question. So if you're joining right now, please go ahead and click that like button. It's free. And let's really be vulnerable here together today so that you all can understand my other side and not only see the glory. I need you to understand the story as well. So I need you to support, like, share, comment, and all of that. So when I put out materials there, I lecture and all of that, these people will come inside they will still be calling me 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 1 a.m. in the night. They are calling me to ask me the same question that we discussed, we already addressed. They need me to talk to them personally at that time. They're sending me text anytime, anywhere, calling me anytime, just because they think they've paid some money to me. I used to struggle so hard, like I mentioned before, the illusion of being a perfect coach. Some in the beginning, I will pick these calls at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and then they really don't have nothing serious or anything burning or urgent to talk about. Like, I'm like, what is going on? And I'll be so burnt out, I'll be so drained. And then I started having anxiety. And sometimes you would have some clients that they are genuinely struggling with anxiety. You see, maybe they're overwhelmed, going through all the materials, just trying to believe in themselves, confidence, and all of that. And then they're facing anxiety. And now they will call me at that time, and then I will start going through anxiety as well, because I'm worried that they are worried. And if I'm not able to sleep, I cannot function better the next day. During classes, I'm not able to function. So it was just like a roller coaster of emotions going on. It was so challenging. There will be times where people will call me at 2 a.m. I have prioritized that entire class session for their upcoming interview. Let's say they have an interview coming up. I prioritize the entire class to help them prepare for the interview. And then they are good. And then after that, 2 a.m., they are calling me. And then I'll pick the call. And then I'm like, okay, what's going on? They're like, Karen, I need you to answer this question. A question that we already answered. They don't even understand that they can just go on Google, do research, do something on their own. They just need me to spoon feed them. I was suffering from a lot of anxiety, to be honest with you. I was suffering from burnout. I started feeling like I was seeing things. I was actually things like I started going through what we call cognitive disorder, something like that, where I'm struggling to keep focus on one single thing at a time, because I'm so worried about these people feeling worried, and then worried about them judging me. Like, I was so trying so hard to be so perfect. It wasn't sustainable. It wasn't sustainable. Every job has